Finally, we'd like to discuss some tips and tricks when dealing with data sets. Remember, elements that include data from a data set are updated automatically, and you can use the data set many times within the same process book. Different process books can include the same data set. However, remember that data sets live locally in your version of ProcessBook and only in the workbook or file that you built them in. So if you modify your data set and you have it in multiple workbooks, it will only affect that current workbook or display file. To modify a data set, you can just go into the Tools, Datasets, and Edit function and edit the data set that you wish. If you modify a data set or you click the Show Use button, it will always warn you or tell you which elements are currently using that data set. So if you go and edit a data set and then click OK, it will warn you saying, hey, you're using this data set in these elements. Are you sure you want to edit that? So it will give you a little bit of a warning, or you can show where the data set is currently used by clicking the Show Use button. Now, I said earlier that the data sets do only live locally, and so to copy a data set, you need to open up both data sets. The copy will only work with the files that are open, and then you select Tools and Datasets and the Copy button, and then the destination file from the drop-down list. Remember, both source and destination files or workbooks must be open for you to copy a data set. And finally, one of the CAN calculations that we have is the %good calculation. Usually this is inserted as a dynamic value into a display. And what the %good shows you is what percentage of the values that were used in that latest calculation were, quote, good, unquote. And what we mean by good is not that it's a qualitative judgment, so a value of 150 might be good versus a value of 180 might be bad. We're not making that sort of judgment. What we're saying is that the values were what was expected. So if they were analog values, then 100% of the values were numbers. Or if it was a digital value, none of the digital state values were from our system error set. Basically what we're doing is we're values used in that calculation to our system digital state table, which contain all of our error codes. And so if a tag were in shutdown for a certain period of time, we would consider those values not good for the calculation. So it's a good idea to show the %good, because the calculation data set really has no function to set a threshold for %good. So even if it's got 1% good values, it'll still calculate a result for you. So it's a good idea to figure out how many values or what percentage were actually good when the calculation occurred.